But also, just to shout out BDS, we waited for an entire year. We said, hey, you need to evolve. Top 2 was good. How much further can you go? We said evolution was the path. They showed us a little bit in the spring. This is the wackiest draft I've ever seen for BDS in my entire life.
What are we thinking here?
Kai'Sa. Okay.
So it is
all
Corki
right.
mid. I want to move out of the bot lane 2 versus 2. Look to try and play for the early grubs.
Okay, Death Realm coming in. Adam gonna Q flash forward to keep Irrelevant close. Ice waiting on the other side. He's surely dead. As soon as this Death Realm fades, everyone just gonna turn and burn that Skarner down. BDS grabbing first blood. Aggressive maneuver from Adam paying off.
What a great gank setup. Luon looking to get some space back.
Stun there. Ulti coming out. Good damage on a Luon. Luon blinking health bar, but BDS don't really feel confident enough to follow up. Shale already grabbing 2 grubs. And you're right, that was just, it didn't cost a whole lot. Yes, Adam had to burn his flash, but by having the teammates there, he ensured that he won the ensuing fight. Engage now, no coming in. Irrelevant level 6, might just try to lock up Lebrov. Lebrov now running, flashing away. Irrelevant doesn't even want to ult yet. Just gonna walk forward. Just gonna take his sweet time, finish him off with the upheaval. Irrelevant.
His way up to Irrelevant. Don't think has his TP, he doesn't.
Ooh, and this is frustrating. Giving a Jinx team the 4 grub buff is not going to feel good. Ulti coming out from the Maokai. BDS just going to zoom away. Ice standing off to the tries, trying to stop them from getting in. Lebrov might just have to go down for this one. Luon now level 6, trying to fire back. Excellent equalizer from Jayo, and Adam's already into the thick of the fight. He can isolate anyone he wants, but he's holding on. He's taking his time. Upheaval, the rock coming out from Irrelevant. Trying to get a bit more space. Will pull back. I mean, all the Lebrov 40 in HP, barely manages to make it out. Death Realm coming through.
Can't quite connect onto Niski. Adam's going to be forced to retreat.
I forgot how impossible it was to see what's happening in the Death Realm. Irrelevant grabbing the kill. It was Niski versus Adam. Damage in the middle of the fight is a good item. Will help balance out some of what Ice is doing. But overall, BDS with a small gold lead and an advantage. Rahel already caught out. He can ult, but it's not going to do much of anything now. Trying to ghost out or E out, excuse me. The rest of SK on the way. Shale desperate to get the kill, but all the follow-up is there. Down he goes. He makes it a 1-for-1. Rahel did not need to do that, but he stepped back into the fight.
So perhaps this could be an opportunity for them to get that mid control and move into the top river, secure that objective, which can then make it easier to see.
Does he get bonus credit for champions who are reworked? Because it's kind of a new pick if you play it pre and post rework.
Personally.
Death Realm going in on a Niski. Adam feeling good about this one, but he's going to find himself in the waiting arms of a tree quite quickly. Niski trying to backstep, but instead he just delivered himself. And Adam wins this in isolation if he has enough time. Shield going to come in. Does he have the W cooldown to get the health back? Backing up.
A little bit more time.
Leaves a little bit more time for the W. The pulverize doesn't hit. The pullback is good. It's big damage. Suddenly they're like, I'm not so sure about this one, but in goes Kai'Sa. Rahel here to back him up and bring in the kill, but still just a 1-for-1.
Weaponry that if you're fast, you can dodge, but when he locks you in that prison, there's very few places for you to go.
I mean, look, Mordekaiser are terrifying. Doubly so because most of your damage gonna be physical. Not also this game, even by our standards, a little bit slower. However, SK hovering around, looking for the setup, the flash forward for Isma. Now just trying to look for the Q back, but he's just been locked down for so damn long. Isma getting burnt, and already Niski is dead too. BDS obliterate that pick in an instant.
Tier 1. I don't know if they were expecting this many members from BDS to be there. As they lose 2, they don't even have to commit the Herald. Ooh, does Nuke know? I'm gonna say no.
The rock is there. It is very hard to get away from a Skarner, but if you early ult, it'll look good. But now Irrelevant actually the one running. Lebrov stepping up. There's no tower here either. Niski has to be careful, staying back. If Irrelevant tanks the CC, Niski can get a lot of work done. Isma now coming in as well, but already Irrelevant getting chunked out here. Picked up a big rock, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it. Nuke already grabbing the kill. The ulti from Isma. Too damn late. Rahel getting taken out in a 1v1.
Full control over the top side of the map. SK have to fight this Baron, though.
SK just seem desperate. What are they going to do here? If Adam's quick on the ulti, they can't do anything. The knockup on the Baron is big, though, and he gives Niski the access. Niski! They don't dodge the raid mechanics, and it's going to cost them. They haven't been playing enough. Wow! The steal coming through. SK through, but BDS through harder, baby! Now they're back on the map.
And just like as a former frontline, remember that his ultimate literally removes 2 people from the fight. Yeah. So it ends up just becoming a 4v4. Which is why I think it's going to be a super interesting dynamic as to how these upcoming fights are executed. BDS
early game that wasn't as devastating as it could have been, and then SK weren't able to grab a lot of Drakes early on, so they're still 2 minutes away from the next one. Luan again looking to get things kicked off. Maokai out to follow. Rahel waiting to use his ult in the meantime. That's going to be the equalizer across the top. Excellent follow from LeBron. The fight feels like it's over before it's even started. The rest of SK just hasn't found their angle to participate. Sheo now going golden. Somebody needs to body block. Somebody needs to stop the Corki for hitting, and this time it is Adam. Irrelevant taken out by Nuke, and BDS quick to punish in the jungle.
And we come back to the coordination issues that we've been seeing from SK so far in this game. They were disjointed in whether they wanted to commit to that fight. BDS collectively were all moving towards that blue buff, and they said, as a team, we want to make sure that we can fight for this objective. This time, though, SK get punished. WKX.
Ulti immediately, Q, auto, done. Rahel tries to make up for damage to come out in this build. Wants to be that threat. The poke is going to hit that much harder as Nuke.
We've got this tower, not their thing, which...
But Baron is going to be up in 5 seconds. They just want to get set up onto Baron. They can take it out so quick. They want redemption from the earlier play.
Look at this. Now the Baron's up for the taking.
TP coming back into mid. Nuke on the way. BDS don't have the best access to the pit. Again, the front line isn't that strong. Luan now just body blocking, acting like a bouncer. The equalizer across the top. Isma gets the smite. Baron picked up by SK. That hurts. And now the Maokai poke, despite this getting nerfed on a lot of patches, does still hurt a little bit. You can see Ice didn't take too much damage there.
BDS
but
even find a good fight.
Also, generally, with Corki being so strong at close range, walking into him is generally not the strategy that's approved.
Here we go.
Bit of poke. LeBron that wants to kick things off. Immediate pullback. Obliterate fall from Adam. Rockets now coming in. BDS trying to take the fight as best they can. Irrelevant nowhere near the rest of his team. Already Adam has been picked off. Ice slowed down for a moment. The flash, the fall from Irrelevant. He's not going to hit anybody with the Impale. Ice and Nuke back to back, backing off. SK get the advantage in the fight. 2 kills picked up to 1. Only is
get into this pit. Irrelevant doesn't have the ultimate available. Rahel
going over the wall. Rahel doesn't have any mana, but he doesn't need any. Rahel on a rampage. The objective getting lower and lower. Sheo might want to try and flash follow up, and Rahel just goes invisible. He goes gold, and he takes his time. A double kill for the 80 carry of SK.
This SK bot lane has stood up today. An incredible performance. Now Lebrov.
Lebrov is going to die.
Another ace.
Celestial opposition, taking their time. Blast cone back, down he goes. Rahel dominating 6, 1, and 3. But then they overstay. Luan finds the engage. Niski's there to follow up, and since then, it has just been the Rahel show. Yes, all of SK are participating.
Go 4-0 here in the summer split as they secure another tower. The poke continues.
Soul.
BDS just don't quite have the engage tools to close that gap onto Rahel.
And I feel like they just have to get so aggressive onto Rahel to stop this from working. They can see multiple members of SK away from them. Nuke takes a ton of damage just for walking up. Isma now trying to find a good angle. Again, the headbutt pulverized. Rahel off to the side. He can just jump on a Nuke and one-tap him. Sheo can try to follow up, but there's a Zanya waiting for him. Rahel taking his sweet time. Cleanses out. He's still standing. Do not mess with this man. SK's got his back. It's a double for the Corki, a double for the Kaisa, and it feels like another win for SK.
It's a clean ace for SK. A fantastic fight with the soul at their back. Means that they just wipe BDS out, and they're going to go 4-0 in the summer split.
It might not have been clean early on, but mid to late it has been the SK show. Rahel and Luan backed by their top side, dominating BDS, moving on to 4-0, ready tomorrow to face Fnatic.
Impressive stuff. I mean, SK already
Rogue don't want to overcommit here. Nice play by Rogue, honestly. Trade up. Jun taking a lot of damage, but now the flash is a recommittal. Noah now getting aggressive. Halo Blade to proc. So much damage going in for the Corki, but right now just 1 kill picked up by Kopf. Well played by Rogue. Fnatic getting over-eager in the bot lane 2v2. They know Marcoon's on the top side as they see the notification. Rogue playing weak side. Means they're likely to concede at least 1 plate here, and we'll see if Razork wants to commit for some kind of dive. Nice hook onto Noah. Root there too. Good initial damage. Really dissuades any potential follow-up.
Yeah, great damage onto Noah. 3 grubs in their favor. Yeah, they've conceded a dragon, but if they can get the extra grubs as well, pretty good spot to be in.
And again, scaling not too bad as we see the all-in top side. Dominus already popped by
damage.
Good damage coming in from Oscar, and he just gets the solo kill. Comp, too damn late with the ultimate.
Oscar says, don't worry, boys, I got this. Now look at Razork looking for a play of his own.
Follow up, Jun. Ulti gonna pull back Zoelise. They're just gonna shred through the Nautilus. Noah grabs the kill in bot lane. He's already gone. Really hard to dive Oscar, and now Fnatic looking to make a dive play of their own. Zoelise, a little bit easier to dive there, trying to flash out to safety. Immediate ball breaker follow up while they take their sweet time. Jun tanking the tower, but should be able to just walk that one out. Zoelise ticking, but he's still alive. Larson now coming in. Razork knockback, ball breaker, immediate ult to try to follow up. Larson gets the push back on Razork. Razork now taking the tower. Larson now going back. It's a bit of a disaster, but they managed to kill him in the meantime. Larson's still up. 1 for 1.
But for how much longer?
One more rocket.
Here comes
One
Jun.
bit more of damage. Follow up Q, shattering strike. Jun the dash out, crash down for the shield. Fnatic getting 2 in the bottom lane.
Now we turn our attention to top. 3v2.
Give it away, double dash in. Looking for the chain onto Marcoon. Big damage on it. Italy. The root is there. Oscar doesn't quite want to follow.
Range of the Nautilus to allow for Vi to get that initial
Yeah,
kill.
he just pushed E.
And
If
as
Zoelise was
released,
just a
no
single
flash.
step back. Hook into the wall, gets
Oh,
interrupted. Jun, nice angle again on the crash down. Another kill onto this Nautilus bottom lane. Noah, the one who's getting
Prioritizing,
paid.
stealing away these camps, taking as much gold away, because you also got to recognize that those top camps for Razork also being denied.
I think the struggle now, though, if you're on the easy
side.
for them, see what else they can grab, and ultimately see what Rogue can do with this Herald. That'll be an avenue of attack for them.
He just does a lot of damage now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Fnatic's comp is like very driven in the mid game.
Noah. Walking
And they have
past,
so much
Finn
setup.
isolated off to
This
the
is
side.
the setup.
Finn is gonna ult, that's the dominance, but they're taking their sweet time here. No way for him to get out of this
Are you
one.
having
Rogue.
fun moving, Finn? Do you enjoy playing the game? Because Fnatic don't want to let you.
Root, CC coming in, double knock up. Jun gonna get rooted as well, but Rogue again, they're just not gonna follow up. It's a 4v4.
Now
Rogue
finds
are really
himself
committed to
1
trying to
versus
dive
3
this
again.
Ornn.
No, does he have ult? I don't think he
Ulti's still on
does.
cooldown. Just a few more seconds, however. Is gonna do what he can to clear the wave. The damage now finally coming in. Marcoon doing a little bit. Knock up there, tanking good. Distribution of aggro good. Shutdown not coming through from Larson. Will just be the tower trade, but now Zoelise needs to get out of mid. Follow up, vault breaker there. Q forward. Ulti comes in for the Nautilus. Zoelise already dead. Such a rough game for him, but Rogue will at least get the kill on the bottom side. Have the Herald set up to try to take 2.
Rogue doing the correct thing in terms of split pushing, or sorry, cross mapping in exchange for the top tower, but Fnatic one-upping them and just running it down mid as well. They have points of pressure across the map, keeping control over the mid wave thanks to Noah's pressure. They put themselves at soul point. And now Rogue must start to feel the pressure. 60 to 1. 60. The question now becomes like, is Fnatic spreading themselves too thin? As long as Finn is staying there on the bot side of the map.
Hook to start. Razork locked
Hold
up,
on.
but the spear doesn't hit. Crucially, and Jun says, now it's time to go, baby. No unstoppable. That's the Corky damage coming through. Double
Pick there, but the pick doesn't come to fruition. The spear doesn't connect, the follow-up isn't there, and Fnatic turn it on its head. They find an engage.
They've got the grub buff. They're going to push and grab at least 1 tower, 1 objective bounty, but is it enough to stop the onslaught from the side of Fnatic?
I mean, honestly, this is one of the cleanest games from Fnatic I think I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely really impressed with how they've been playing this mid-game, their approach. They seem so much calm and calculated. They're going to lose a tower, not the end of the world. Kind of makes sense, you know, you're resetting on that map. Nice angle found from Rogue. They're able to get a bit of gold back. But genuinely impressive. Let's see if they can close out cleanly now.
Humanoid keeping the
Humanoid
pressure
just
up.
keeping the pressure, as you rightly said. The cost of committing to that tier 2 means that Humanoid was left.
They already got what they wanted in the bottom lane, taking down the tower, setting up topside now on the tier 2 Rogue. Again, if they want to fight, it's really got to be soon. Obviously, if you lose a fight into a Baron Empowered team, you probably just lose the game, but
That's a level 11 Senna against a level 17 Humanoid, and his Q does a third of his health.
just the Q.
Just
One
the Q.
auto, demolish proc, Razork threatening by just charging
But
the
have you
ball
noticed
breaker.
that Fnatic have not really given them a single 5v5 once
Have you
this whole
noticed that
game?
they just haven't randomly pushed their ultimates and said, it's time to go? Who are you? What did you do with Fnatic?
Well, here goes. Oh, here we go.
Done. Engage. Spear doesn't hit, though. Ulti goes in on a Humanoid, but it's really not going to do much of anything. Rogue are just very slowly losing. The tower's
Slowly?
gone. There's nothing for them to fight
This is
over.
fast, man. 27 minutes in. Fnatic looking to end the game.
They're waiting for some kind of perfect opportunity, but it's just not going to present itself. Fnatic are too disciplined. Razork going to kick things off, though. Immediately just pops Larson. There goes the late game. There goes the scaling. They can't even kill Jun. Double, triple for Noah. The ulti from Seni does not do enough. Excuse me, Comp's ulti doing nothing. Fnatic just executing Rogue. Just one shot, whew, one kill. Corki gonna grab the Quadra in the end. Ace for Fnatic, win for Fnatic, undefeated 4-0 versus 4-0. Fnatic and SK will face off to see who can be 5-0 in the LEC.
To full animal farm here by Hilly. It's like more equal than others, it seems. He'll knock Alvaro back, who does hit level 2, jumps in, doesn't quite connect with the knockup, but does get the stun. Frescawi trading with VTO in the mid lane. Frescawi down to a couple of HP, and VTO just flashes on him. I don't think that's how that should have gone. Slice and dice out by Photon. No one trading effectively there. Meanwhile, Hilly going in. Was locked up with the Shadowing Strike for a second. Jump in. Kazi already onto Alvaro. The Ignite is ticking on him as well. Alvaro's had to flash away. Kazi flashes, needs another auto. Gets it! Vitality 2-0 up early doors.
Nice stuff there. Kazi being able to pick up the kill as Hylissang gets the engage.
Further back, they know their jungle is not on this side of the map, but that hasn't stopped Hylissang before. He steps forward, Shadowing Strike into the knockup. Frescawi's here to react, and Hilly flashes the wall, but the chase continues from MDK. I'm not sure contesting this Drake was the best idea. Already they've lost one of Vitality. Want to keep the fight going. Flash away, Elioya dodges away from the Glacial Prison, but is locked up and killed by Kazi. And now the fight really begins for Vitality. The contest after the contest is what they were looking for. Super flashes away, but with a bomb on his head, he goes boom. Frescawi trying to escape, but no flash for him anymore. Means he'll be locked up, and VTO will get his third of the game.
So it looked a little funky from Hylissang, but honestly,
worked out well.
It worked out in the end.
I'm sorry, Hilly, I wasn't familiar with your game.
Yeah, I think that was the game. Way we can buy some time here. He ends up going down, which is unfortunate, but you get the follow-up play, and yeah, MDK, this is overextending.
Cleanse coming out from Kazi. Hylissang low, puts the trample down, knocks Super over the wall, gets the pulverize down as well, but no stun from the trample. In the end, MDK finding a kill in the bot lane in the 2v2.
I wasn't sure where Linsis was on the map, so as we came back out of the replay, I thought
At the
Linsis...
moment, the Alistair doesn't have the Unbreakable Will, doesn't have the damage reduction, so might just want to try and scale up a little bit as Hilly goes in once again. There's the 6, pops the Unbreakable Will, but Elioya is here for the battle. Magnet Storm will pull Hilly back, and Unbreakable Will is going to time out, and I think Hilly is going to time out as well. Super with his third of the game.
Yeah, Linsis and Video are moving down here, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to get much after the play. He hasn't really got an option to come back into this, whereas at least on Vitality, relatively healthy apart from Hilly.
VTO just jumps onto Super, lightning crash. Explosive charge going out. VTO looking for the Goomba Stomp, and Super doesn't have the vision. VTO with his 4th on the board.
Yeah, he wanted that right click, but wasn't able to get it. Now Alvaro might be out of position, able to hop over the wall. Yoya here to support. As the wave comes through, though, Vitality just going to be happy to go for some of those higher level void clubs.
Get up towards the 13-minute mark. It's 2 Drakes on his way down here. Already has boots too, so speeding his way towards the battle. Kazi's up towards the top side. Vitality trying to set up around this. Double TP's invested. Magnet Storm in by Alvaro. Follow up by Super. There's a lightning crash. VTO able to dash away. Hylissang with a good double knock up on the backline. Super stunned up. Cleanses with the Predator following stun. Super still trying to dash away from Photon, but he's having none of it. Photon will kill the MDK 80 carry, and now VTO begins to open up a meal, and you can't get close enough with a body slam. Vitality around the Drake once again, find 2.
Really well played by Vitality. Hilly going to even interrupt Elioya there. Just the initial knock-up. Then the CC comes in on Stupu, cleanses, but Hilly waits with his own auto attack to stun Super again.
Put their vision in the top side jungle, which means if you're VTO, you have to step that little bit
Hilly's
further back.
Them anyway.
Managed to work his way all the way around here. Super caught out once again, stunned up with a trample. And Hilly is on fine form today, constantly finding these picks. His scoreline betrays him, but he has been the key catalyst for Vitality.
And that's now going to be...
Can you get close? Hylissang says no. The door is up. The locks are shut. And Vitality get the Baron a 5,000 gold lead on the cusp of what could be their first win of summer. VTO is going to take a tower in the top lane. Hylissang just doing Hylissang things as he keeps Mir with. He's not playing well.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely playing well. He just hasn't had that moment that says, goodness, Hilly, that was beautiful, you know?
All right, well, I think he's, you know, the mad cow who's out for blood, but it's just going to be the Dragon taken. Frescawi's just taken too low. No way you can try and threaten that with no
2.5 minutes on the Baron. So all that Vitality have to do is go for a reset, clear out the vision in their own side of the jungle, which, if they are playing the way they have done so far this game, they will, and then they can advance their vision line into your jungle. They don't have as much vision as they'd like, but they're going to start up the Baron once again. Alvaro with the Magnet Storm finds the engage, explosive castle with the knockback, and they're looking for VTO shut down. MDK have finally found a fight that might be advantageous to them as Super begins to open up onto Photon, but Kazi is untouched, and Kazi continues to hit shot after shot after shot onto the backline of MDK. Even with VTO falling, first Vitality win out on the day.
Kazi's positioning was immaculate in that fight. Even when Super turns onto him, he's like, nope, I got the damage, you're not going to be able to take me down. And Vitality, just like that, forget the Baron, they're taking the game.
No one up for 10 seconds time, only Elioya and Alvaro then. Vitality will tank up the Nexus towers. And at the 4th time of asking, it looks like they'll pick up a win here in Summer. Alvaro here to try and stop the party happening, but I don't think you can stop this party bus from rolling in. Vitality finally pick up a win in Summer.
And it finally looks like the Vitality that we are expecting coming into this split. And I think it's about the fact you have control over like pushing bot lane and also mid works out well. Vladdy doing a good job here to kind of read Jankos as well. Just means that he won't be able to get as much as he'd like here.
Seismic shove. Now Jankos might have to flash because Targamas is on his way with the dredge line. Jankos flashes it, phase rush. Now maybe Heretics have found a way to get a bit of action in the bottom lane. Trimby coming in, looking for the knockup, misses both, upset stunned. Glassing Roots coming out from the side as well as Targamas falls for first blood. Still had the flash, didn't invest it. Jankos' use of the
really wanted to try and play around, but Trimby ends up getting caught, so KC, with the patience, paid off for them in the long run.
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one from Trimby. Forced away. Could just be looking for plates in that bottom lane.
I think it's mid as well. They want to try and keep KC off of mid. We're upset.
Trimby hooked again, seismic shove, TP behind, Magnet Storm from Trimby, a possibility as he dives in. The flash forward as well as Closer has to flash away, but already Vladdy's down and Targamas is next on the menu. Bracken flashing the wall and there's 2 already for Heretics. They're looking for more. Karma and Core have got 1 in response. Daisy doing a good job out of this one scot-free so far. They'll take the Rift out and they'll get their top laner out of danger.
Sparrow still needs to get out though. Targamas is here, he has the ultimate. Jankos cancels the back to make sure he can get in the way of that shot.
Good job by Jankos. Wonder able to push out the
they know where their best points are at these choke points to try and fight. Flacket now going to reset, has the teleport to come back in. This is KC's moment where they can get mid push and force Heretics into a bad spot.
Kana was spotted here as he took the Hextech gate immediately. The engage on Targamas. Kana looking for the flank position. Jankos falling low. Nature's Grasp will stop upset, but he cleanses and gets the auto down. Kana flashes away and cues it entirely the wrong direction as he is killed by Svyro for a double. Karma and Core though, the carry's still healthy enough. Closer there as well to act as
it's a butterfly effect from that play that they got to worry about now. Moving over towards the Dragon, that's going to be picked up by KC, and they're going to get the mid lane turn on top.
Is, can Karma and Core, who are still down in terms of gold, but you look at it and the fights are beginning to be a little bit more in their favor. They have an Ivan who will only scale up your carries as the game goes on. Can they continue to take these Drakes to find good fights for them? Right now, they're about 2,000 gold in the hole. Vladdy is going to take a tier 1 in the bot lane as well to try and even out this tower differential just a little bit. Of course, Heretics still 1 turret ahead.
Mid push now becomes the pressure form upset. Even upset stepping up here, but I think you just push out towards the top side as Heretics if you ever feel threatened by KC.
That would make the most sense. Daisy, oh, just alive. Magnet Storm though, immediately. And there we go, Vladdy's down, no flash for him. Remember, burns it earlier. Wonder tanking the front line is a double for Blackhead. Closer running for the hills. Kana and Upset doing the same as Heretics now will turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Upset, as they aren't sure exactly how they want to step up, but as KC start to get aggressive, it gets punished incredibly well.
There's just a couple of mistakes from Carmine Core as well. You know, Vladdy's flash was burnt earlier around nothing. He was just trying to contest vision around his Razorbeaks as we see the Baron going over for Heretics. A 5,000 gold lead alongside it. That Baron was a lot trickier to deal with them. Vladdy trying to get what he can on the other side of the map. This tower will fall as Carmine
One wave already had started chipping away at that tower, and now Heretics will be able to link up with that. So that would be the first tier 2 falling now for Heretics.
Play from Kana. Hex Flash. Trimby looks for the stun, gets onto target. Magnet Storm. I wonder if Carmine will just go for this, but look how quickly that dragon melts. Already secured by Heretics. Carmine down. You can buy it in your games as well. If you so desire, if you think it's powerful enough. Targamas caught up with a Nature's Grasp, Shadowing Strike for the Sun. Depth Charge being used, but Targamas is just being melted. The Redemption Riptide. Dredge line to safety, another tier 2. Battle of Summoner's Rift.
Well, the problem is you hit Wonder, and then he doesn't really take a huge amount of damage, but immediately heals it up again, and then you just continue that cycle, and you just kind of pump up the numbers.
Trimby's the same because you have Warmogs.
That is true.
So
yeah.
No matter who you hit, they're just too damn tanky as Trimby looks for the engaged Dredge line away. Trimby continuing in. The route, the redemption's not going to be there in time to save Closer, and now there's no shields and no hope for upset as he's taken out. Kana knocked back into Flackhead. Might be where he wants to be. I don't think it is. A triple for Flackhead. The engage onto Vladdy. Yeah, Gus. Did he even buy a ticket for that train ride? I don't think so. As the chase continues, Wonder tanking the tower for absolutely years. Targamas locked up, and Flackhead might be gifted this one, not quite for the Quadra. It's a clean ace for Heretics, a great engage from Trimby, and Carmine Core are left wanting.
Yeah, looks like Yanko's got off at the right stop. It's going to be victory lane for Heretics as they take down the 2 Nexus turrets.
With their second win of summer in convincing fashion, Heretics will kill off Carmine Core. Outhands their opponents, but perhaps a bit of that MSI hangover. Just
I think that's just called delusion.
Yeah, well, but G2 usually it's true. Usually they can take the trades. Here they're deciding against it in the early game as they get the Drake. So a trade in the top lane as Patrick tries to trade back onto Hansama, who does have 6 and will use the culling. Nature's Grasp coming out as Juhan looks for the re-engage. Yike roots it up. But Mickey was caught out as Yike jumps back in. Jackies and Caps trading in the mid lane, and Jackies wins it! The Entitus has come back to bite him. Yike dashes in, but the shield on Patrick with the barrier. He flashes away. Crescent Guard used. Patrick's still only 5. Needs about 3 more minions to get the 6. If he can get it off this wave, maybe he has time to chuck out the Enchanted Crystal. On the Maokai. One of those could build into the Randuins alongside the Warden's Mail, the other into a Warmogs, but you don't need 2 Giants belts to build a Warmogs.
The problem is he's been playing TFT too much. And if you combine them, they do make a Warmogs.
That makes sense. Juhan yet to get there. Crescent Guard going down. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow will land. Yike already down to half HP. Patrick trying to get in the circle, but can't quite get close enough. Hansama the next target for Patrick. Rangers focus into the piercing arrow from Jackies. Gets his 2nd kill of the game.
Sniped down where he's
trading
stood.
Back in. Now taking a bit of damage as well. There's another plate to GiantX, the Drake as well. It's been all GiantX in this early game. 6 scrubs, a Rift Herald, a Dragon as well. Will G2 try and take this fight? You got the Tsunami, you got the Culling, and you've got Patrick, who might be caught between a rock and a hard space as Caps comes in from the side. Valkyrie's in, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands though, and Jackies is here to help out. Already Caps has got 1. Broken Blade trying to ride across the wall to chase down more wild growth on Juhan. We'll buy him a 2nd. The good knockback as well, we'll buy him more. Yike charges forward with the audacious charge into the slow. It's enough for G2 to find 2.
GiantX just end up moving and the Antonio too quickly. They think, oh, we've got the Rift Herald, let's move the Antonio down to catch that wave in the bottom side, but it meant that G2 were like, cool, let's go for it. They TP'd Broken Blade up to match, and now he's going to get 1 more.
Brings the Impale down. Jackie's trying to get away, has already burned the flash, but Broken Blade just shuts him down. He chucked a rock into his back and said, see you later. Broken Blade on the Skarner gets his 1st kill of the game.
This is why he's been banned a lot. The damage from the Skarner is just absurd, but it does leave you in a position where now GiantX coming back out onto the map. Mickey in trouble.
Mickey caught out, only has a heal, doesn't even use it, and charge in, and this will be the turret falling. GiantX open up the mid lane, they have the mites to help
Upside in response, just after getting that kill onto Jackies, he gets a little bit of alone time with it, but still, a lot of towers now falling on the G2 side of the map, and it's just great play from Giants. Yes, they end up going a little bit too quickly onto that bottom side play, but overall responding well with the pick, and now Caps, he'll be fine here. I think the Antonio just going to reset instead. And now it becomes a question of, okay, how do we try and continue this for GiantX? Because you have a ton of control with Jackie's on this top side, still has the teleport. You have good push in mid thanks to Lulu and Ashe. So I think looking for this play on top side into getting mid
already
control.
complete for Mickey. Skipping out on those tier 2 boots instead, getting the slightly enchanted one as Caps still has the flash, the Valkyrie away, but the flame spitter, he just stuck a drill in him and caught him out with that Scryer's Bloom. Yike will take the blast cone over the wall. They're trying to collapse onto Jackie's. Broken Blade gets the Edge of Night into the Impale, but Ignar's here to respond, as is Juhan, and now Broken Blade is left to his own devices. Yike trying to get him from the side, the arrow flashed away from again, and Jackie's gets his 4th Giant. Right now, G2, although they are playing well at like moving around the map and trying to get gold in sides, GiantX are responding well to the Mikhail's Crucible. And I'm trying to work out what it's for. Now, it does give you a little bit of a heal, but Impale is a suppression as Patrick has to flash away from the culling. It doesn't cleanse airborns as we see the re-engage coming out from Juhan. Broken Blade looking for the Impale, but he's locked up, knocked up, and Patrick's trying to take him out. Broken Blade will flash away, and the Equalizer finds him, though, as the Antonio's on a killing spree. Who cares what the Mikhail's blessings for? As GiantX find the kill on the enemy top.
I mean that G2 can't stick around to set up vision in the way they would have liked to, and now, Arrow. Oh, that's a shot.
They're looking, the chain of corruption, follow up, Jackie's brings the hail of arrows. Will Mickey avoid it? Flash away, Jackie's, Mickey, the comet! Even the skies are against G2 as the comet.
Do they want to try and get more here? Broken Blade does have the TP, which is why we're seeing the Antonio start to walk up. There's the teleport into the mid lane for the Skarner.
Baron down to 4,000. Yike here looking for that smite. He flashes in, Crescent Guard, polymorph, knockback, he still gets it! He still somehow gets it, and G2 somehow get out. Hansama and Caps limping away. Broken Blade still in the mid lane, but Yike has bought them some more time.
There was no more mid wave and buying time for, hey, a third item come through on Lucian, on Caps, and finding those moments where maybe you can threaten side lanes a little bit more. It's the Antonio. Not again! Not
Caps
again!
has the flash, but he's just gonna die! After a disappointing week 1, the Antonio is here, and vamos! Go GiantX, the Impale landing onto 2. Ignar killed off first. Juhan trying to get away as well with a phase rush, but he's not back and locked up by G2. Plays on 2 points of the map. Don't pay off.
Bring these games back. I mean, he is the one person that was the designated driver, it looks like, at MSI, because he is clear-headed and trying Juhan instead.
They will find Juhan. The Antonio can react. Broken Blade coming in with Ishtal's impact. Doesn't get close enough. Throws a rock. Ignar here to help the Antonio, but you can't really help him through the suppression. The Chaos does nothing for you here. Another kill to G2, and it's Broken Blade towards the 3rd rank in that ultimate as Hansama dashes in, the culling. Immediate wild growth on Patrick. Chain of corruption going down as well. Hansama will cleanse away the Equalizer. Gonna do a little bit of work onto Broken Blade. Tidal wave coming out as well as Mickey keeps everyone at bay, but now he's locked up, isolated from the rest of his team. As G2 are fighting a 4v5 here, Caps continues to push in a side lane. Will crack the inhibitor tower as GiantX turn their eyes towards the Baron, but what are you losing for this?
Yike, Cella's flash and smite. Is this going to be a repeat as Caps continues his march through the base?
No vision yet. Control ward now goes down, is cleared. Yike can try and get in, but the Antonio, he's made a meal of this so far as he dashes in. Yike getting chipped away by Patrick. Crescent Guard down the flame spitter. Yike gets over the wall and survives for long enough, but Caps is on the Nexus towers. Can they stop the ports? Can they stop the backs to TP out? GiantX get back. The TP from the Antonio gets him out. Caps locked up. The Nexus tower won't survive as G2 have broken the base of GiantX, but GiantX have the Baron.
And now they're going to potentially lose top tower here as Broken Blade moves towards it. Jackie should be able to clear out the wave as he moves up, but GiantX, they fumble.
He doesn't have it. Now he's pushing out bot. Jackie's is answering top. GiantX will get a singular tier 2 in the mid lane, but that time really defend against 4 members of GiantX. The second tier 2, the target, and GiantX will crack it. Jackie's thrust. The first one to be used. Yike tanks it. Broken Blade gets hit with one as well. Yike still has the Crescent Guard, but takes a chunk. Equalizer down. Yike ticking won't be enough to kill him. Juhan gets onto the backline, but it's only Mickey, and Broken Blade slams him into a wall and puts him in his place. Hansama on a killing spree. Patrick having to flash away. G2 looking for a little bit more. The Antonio opens up onto Caps. Broken Blade He's drifting, man. Play the music. It's Tokyo here.
Dane went, is there a Nico? Is that what's happened? Nico is a wolf.
Some sort of weird vendetta from the Wolves against Jackies.
Jackies.
He has Edge of Night. Broken Blade flashes into the Impale. He broke the Edge of Night with his W. It's beautiful from Broken Blade. And once again, he shows his class. They kill off the enemy mid. They'll take a tier 2 of their own.
And Caps, he's looking for the reset. 4 versus 5 with no towers, and GiantX need to defend.
It's 2-4 item 80 carries as well. Both Hans Sama and Caps have hit that break point. Juhan on the front line, but he melts like butter. Wild growth enough to keep him alive for now. The redemption coming out as well as they try and turn it back onto Yike. He puts the Crescent Guard down. Patrick is dancing his way around the fight, but he just can't get enough damage as Hans Sama dashes in, and Patrick has to pop the heal. Almost caught out by Cancer Flash. Shut down. Patrick falls. Juhan dashes back in. He gets one, but they need to kill off Caps, and it doesn't look like they can do it. It's only Ignar and Juhan left alive. Broken Blade chat slams Juhan into the remnants of his Nexus turret as G2 pull out the win from absolutely nowhere.
Jackie